me share this, copy this link, and put it in the 210 Chismosa page so everybody could see it. Porque for some reason no se mira nada. Nah. I tend to get lost myself. Me pierdo yo misma. So, well, you have it all right on me. Me estoy asustando.
Anxiety.
Right, I'm getting a little stressed out. Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. This is Cecilia. I'm here at La Conecta here in San Antonio, and I never know the address. We need a banner. I'm serious. Like, we need a banner here because I don't know the address. Anybody know the address? You need to get a mic so you can be the voice from beyond.
The narrator and the
to tell me.
behind the scenes.
Lorenzo, anybody know the address? Oh, he's going to type it in there. He's going to type it in here. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and join the 5607 Kenwick here in San Antonio, Texas. And don't forget to subscribe to the La Conecta page. You can see the rest of this podcast on live. We're just going to go a little bit on here and just introduce everyone. Carolina, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Carolina, what you got going on here in San Antonio.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Carolina Vega. I am a women's advocate here in the city. I do a lot of media marketing, public relations, and brand creation for local businesses and businesses outside of the city as well. So I am here to just come and tell you guys about an upcoming event of a new business venue space that's opening. And that's kind of it right now.
That's all you got going on. But what else? How did you get to San Antonio? Like, what did you start doing that brought you? Because I think we spoke before.
Mhm.
Are you're not a San Antonian, right?
No, I was born in Mexico as a baby. I was born in Monterrey, Nuevo León. And then for some odd reason, my parents took me to Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I was a baby, so I grew up in that. I didn't see another Hispanic person until I got to San Antonio when I was like 10 years old, maybe.
But did they speak Spanish all the time? Because you have really good Spanish. Like
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, my parents did, and
Mhm.
I had to be the adult and like argue the electricity bill when I was like 4 or 5. So I had to speak Spanish and then speak English at school. So I was like the bilingual translator of my family.
So
in
they would take you to
Alabama.
fill out the paperwork and do
Yeah, what does
everything.
that say? It was
Explain everything that's going on.
Yeah, it was a strange. Like I love Montgomery, Alabama. I don't miss the racism. I like the country lifestyle, and but yeah, I'm glad I came to San
Like
Antonio.
racism, what do you mean? Like was it
Well, Montgomery, Alabama is where a lot of the history, like the Martin Luther King March, happened there.
Okay.
And then it's predominantly black and white.
Mhm.
And so because it was a lot of segregation during, like, it wasn't that long ago, that's still happening up until this day.
You see, and I think people they because we don't live, San Antonio,
Mhm.
even though like they say stuff like that, nobody feels that. Like you don't see it. Like you really.
Oh no, I saw it. My neighbors that lived in the apartment next to us were like KKK members, and they would threaten my dad every day when he walked me to the school bus. And it was like, Dad, how is he gonna burn our house down if he lives next to us? Like, it didn't make no
Make it make sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it was interesting for sure.
I can just imagine the stories, the things that are going on. But now coming over here, coming to San Antonio, did you embrace it? Was it like a whole different?
Yeah, I was happy. I was like, oh, it's my people. Other people can speak Spanish too. It was kind of a culture shock for me, which is crazy, right? Because, and then another thing, people would be like, why do you talk like that? I had a very country accent and I had to learn to kind of like wash it out. And it still comes out in certain moments. You'll hear it, but it was a little bit of a culture shock for me.
So
for
that's why you're
sure.
having a ranch party.
Right, there you go. The country and we can't get out.
So tell us a little bit about your ranch party that you got coming up.
So because I do marketing, one of my clients is a venue called Rancho Sano, and they are people who are very passionate. Gus Samaniego had a dream to open up a ranch. Him and his wife started from the bottom. I mean, I think they are amazing people with everything they have accomplished in so little time. So they were like, they have a contracting business, and through that income and through that success, they were like, hey, I want a ranch.
Yeah.
And so that's when they started Rancho Samaniego. Not only that, they wanted to open it to the public and give people the chance and the community a chance to also partake in their ranch. So they've been investing all this money, all this time, all this effort and hard work into creating this beautiful venue space for people to bring their girls, their kids, everyone, for quinceañeras, for parties. Like
So they have an open venue.
yes.
They have everything.
Yeah, they've had quinceañeras
I,
there, baby showers there, parties there.
all
It's
I saw was the cows.
oh yeah, I mean, me too, right? Like baby cows, say less, I'm there.
Yes, that's all. I saw the cows and I'm like, you didn't like, you were like, would you? I was like, yes, I'm there. The cows, I'm there. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
did.
Yeah, I
You were
love
like
them.
cows? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
what do you
there.
need?
And then they're the little miniature cows. So like it's almost like you
Yeah.
can have an event at that location. You can have like like a petting zoo for 1-year-old birthday
Yes.
party, everything all in
Yeah,
that.
they have Highland cows. They just got a new horse. They have 3 horses right now. They have a brown one, a black one, and a white one. They're so cute.
Oh
They look like a
gosh.
little Duvaline candy, except where's the pink, right? But
So
no.
what else do you got going on in San Antonio?
I have my own women's group that I think you're also a part of it,
Yes.
and it's called the Tea San Antonio. And I know people think it's like, oh, la chismosa, the tea. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But mine, I know the word tea has like a negative connotation, but it has more to do so with when I think of tea, like in high society or in history, women would discuss issues, advice, have fun over a cup of tea at a table. And
And
so
share.
yeah, and share, and so I wanted to cultivate that culture and bring kind of like a little bit of a classy, sassy feel. And
Mhm.
so it's been very successful. I've only had the group for a year. It's all women. And right now I'm working on creating more events where women can meet.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of one of my big passions.
Would you allow men to come in, or you think it's kind of like a safe
It's
place for
it's a
women?
safe place. There's no way I could change it right now. And I love men. I would want maybe a different group where they can all come together, and they're always welcome to certain, like this rancho party
Mhm.
we're doing. It's open to the public, so women, men,
And
kids can
children,
come. Yeah,
everybody, whoever wants to come out
but
here.
for the most part, I really want to recreate the culture with women in this city, and even just everywhere. I think if someone takes the initiative, I think society and everything has taught us to be very competitive, and there's nothing wrong with competition in a healthy way. But what I've noticed is everyone just kind of doesn't know how to communicate with the others anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's just trying to create a culture where women can have just that sisterhood, that kinship,
Going
if you
on.
will. So yeah, that's about it. I do that. I do marketing. I do brand creation. Just
So people can like if they have issues. Oh, so once again, let me introduce yourself because there's people are like who is this? I guess are coming in a little
oh
late.
yeah.
Introduce yourself one more time.
So
So
hi guys, I'm Carolina Vega. You can find me on Facebook. My Instagram's a dream killer because I kill dreams, make them reality. Corny to some, but that's my high school name, and I'm never getting rid of it. So.
and I am Tutela Chismosa here with La Conecta in San Antonio, Texas, with the Nada Que Ver podcast. It's a new podcast that I'm coming. I'm trying to turn a new leaf. I don't know. I feel like maybe I should do like an Abe Quintanilla thing and just be like a 10 minutes. I'm sorry, or what do you think about that? Like,
I mean, he should have just said, "Hey, look, he did too much. All he had to do, us San Antonio people are very easy to please. All he had to do was say, "Look, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Free tacos on me."
yeah.
Everybody would have been
Everyone would have
happy.
been happy. But what
Yeah.
do you think? So, because the first thing I thought of was like, who the hell is his PR person? Who would allow him to just go up there and just keep ranting? Like everybody on the stage kind of mirando. They were just looking at him like, let him say what he wants to say.
Yeah, I don't think he invested into PR. And since I do PR, I noticed that a lot of people don't actually take that job seriously or don't think it's a job you should have someone hired for. But when you have a brand, it takes years to build a reputation and just minutes or one wrong sentence to destroy all of your hard work.
So what is a PR person? So people can see
Yeah.
what it is.
So public relations is one of the things I do. When people say marketing, it's a broad spectrum, right? But what I specifically enjoy doing is building creations, doing public relations for people. And that means if you have a brand, if you're an influencer, whether you have 5,000 people, 10,000 people, or 100 people, you need someone who has a business background, who has the understanding of knowing how to see your brand and also tell like other business brands, get you sponsorships, get you people that I don't know how to explain it. It's like get you in the right audiences, get you in the audiences that you would do best in, succeed in. And if there's ever any, let's say like what happened with Ab, like if there's ever a moment where you say something wrong, do something wrong, before you think to try to make it right and then end up having to delete it because you realize that wasn't good either, you consult with your PR person. They tell you how to fix it, how to make it right. Like in my sense, I would have been like, don't say 20 minutes of none of that, laugh it off, make a joke, spin it, buy the community tacos, say sorry I
Do
was
a free
having a bad
event.
day. do a free event for the kids and call it a day. People they'll let it go. But when you do that, you're just adding more fuel to the fire, and the internet is relentless. You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna be a meme for days. You just gotta accept it now. You just gotta take that out.
I believe the internet is relentless.
It is.
You can say one thing and they run with a whole different other thing,
Oh, 100%.
and it's just so easy to spin something off.
It's easy to clip off certain things too, you know. Like I've been in podcasts where they clipped me at one part, only posted it to that, and it sounds.
And you were like, you better not do that here.
completely different. No, yeah, you better not clip me. And so, yeah, it's yeah.
just been crazy. But so then going on to I guess like growing up in Alabama, what school did you go to? Like, what were you involved? What did you do?
I don't remember. I was so
What?
little. I only went to elementary school there. My parents brought me here when I was like third grade.
Oh, you came to San Antonio. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you like grew up in Alabama.
No, I mean just as a mini kid, and then the
Okay.
rest of my childhood, I'm
From
puro
San Antonio. Okay,
down.
okay. So what in San Antonio, where'd you grow up?
I grew up on the northeast side of town, so
Okay.
I grew up in Converse. It's a small city right outside of San Antonio.
What school was it though? Is it Veterans Memorial? No?
No, what was it called? I think it was called Elof or something. It was some stupid name. I
Oh
can't
my
remember.
gosh.
Sorry, Elof, but it was something like that. I just remember.
I never even heard of that school.
It was a small school based inside of a little neighborhood, and so I guess it wasn't like a main public school.
And when you were growing up, where were some of the things you wanted to do? Did you want to do like PR? Did you want to do marketing? Was
See,
that
I didn't even know that marketing was like a department. I did not learn that until I was already like 25. Like, I just knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but
Mhm.
I didn't know the word entrepreneurship didn't exist with me growing up. Like, my parents always said, hey, you got to work, you got to go to college, you got to like, when I was a little girl, I was already doing marketing things without knowing I was doing it. Like, you remember those infomercials, guys? Like, do y'all remember those buy one, get two free, one if you call 1-800-222? Like,
yeah.
so I had color pencils. I would go and like draw a bikini with like little designs, and I put if you buy one, you get two free. I put 1-800. I put my mom's phone number, and like I was already creating commercials, and I didn't realize I was doing
Yeah.
advertisements. And I sold Avon with my mom, Mary Kay with my mom, Pamper Chef. My mom was in every single little.
Typical.
Yeah,
right?
like yeah, just everything. They take the little magazines to school, and I'm like, all right. So there I am in middle school selling Avon to my
Slanging them to your
teachers.
friends. Yeah, and the teachers. So what I know you use the word entrepreneur. What does that word mean to you? Like, because a lot of people think like entrepreneur can mean a lot of things.
It
What does it
does.
mean to you?
So yeah, it does. Cause when I first discovered that word was like right around high school. I found Gary Vander. I don't know how to say his name. Gary V. Y'all know who Gary V is, and I was just like, yeah, like everything he says, I want. And like to me, it just means someone who has financial freedom through their businesses, creating income that doesn't require you to run like to be there presently. It's like residual income.
So like
If-
not the night. You never wanted the 8 to 5 or 9 to
No,
5.
I never did. I never wanted it. My mom actually got mad at me one day. She's like, "That's not how life works. You have to work hard." I'm like, "No, watch. I'm gonna have a maid when I'm young." And I did. I've always had a maid since I turned 20. I've had a maid. I've never not had a maid. And people said like, "Oh, you're fancy." I'm like, "No, it's worth the budget. It's not. It
It's just
doesn't."
something you put in.
Yeah, it like biweekly I probably pay like maybe 200, and that's because I want everything done a certain way and I do extra. But like a normal person can probably afford 150 to a maid, and like I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom, you need a maid. You need to convince your husband to get you a maid. I am pro.
Look at the way
help.
look at the way our producer's looking at you. Like, no, what you talking
Yes,
about?
no. Like the laundry never ends, the cooking never stops. I'm pro. You don't need someone to come every day. You know, mine only comes bi-weekly once, and she just does a little upkeep. That helps
Yeah.
me reset the house, so I can just upkeep from there. You know,
Yep.
deep cleaning. If you're a deep clean person, I know a lot of people. You'd be surprised how many people don't actually really clean their homes, much less mop or wash their laundry. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I like it clean, and then I like it cleaner. So
That's what my mom says. She's like, I would be like, I already cleaned it. And she'd be like, no, you just move stuff around. It just made it look clean. It's not really clean. You know, so I understand what you're saying. But so when you became an entrepreneur, what was your first gig? Like, what was your first entrepreneurship? Like, what did you do that you were like, oh, okay, this is how it's going to work?
So I used to work in medical. I went to vocational school to become a medical assistant here in town at CHCP.
Mhm.
And then from there, I worked at urgent care. And I worked in some other clinics too, but that's where I stayed for like the majority of my time. And I worked 12-hour shifts. And like I started learning, I started watching Gary Vee, I started watching like entrepreneur stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness, I just realized that I don't want to just make this hourly. Like, I would like to do more. How can I? And so, in the beginning, I was learning about like Forex, which isn't exactly entrepreneurship, that's more trading.
Mhm.
And I quickly learned that that wasn't for me. It did give me the financial freedom to leave my job because I learned how to trade and I was doing pretty good in it. But one day I blew my account and I was like, oh shit, now crying. Now I got to go back to my job. I'm stupid. Why did I think I was different? Why did I think I could escape the system?
Yeah.
Who do I think I am? I need to go find a job ASAP. But you know what? When you really want something, opportunities come. And I think from there, I started to meet people who were just kind of like, no, come work for me and da da da. Like, and so I really, it's a good question. I can't remember what gig it was right after that that really like set me up. But the most influential one that helped me was I met somebody in California named Reggie, and he was just like, "Hey, we need a PR person." And I was like, "Well, I don't really know what PR is." He's like, "Well, back in then, I was, oh, that's what it was. Now I remember. I had
Taking
a,
you down memory lane.
yeah, yeah. You making me unlock hidden memories here. I had a shoe group where I was teaching moms and everybody how to make money from home. So I think at that time, I changed the name now, but I had a group called How to Make Money on the Internet.
Mhm.
And it had about like 2,000 people in it, but nationwide. And it wasn't a big group, but 2,000 people, still 2,000 people, And so I was teaching people how to flip sneakers.
Oh,
And
wow.
so from China. So I was having them like teaching them how to talk to Chinese people, what apps to talk to them on, how to negotiate the deals to get the shoes, and how to get it through, just the shipping and all that, make sure it doesn't get lost. And so when this guy named Reggie, he had a tech marketing company. He was just like watching me. He didn't say nothing for a year. Looking back, I was like, man, this guy actually was interacting
Know
with
what's
my
going on.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was teaching people how to make money. I had groups, and when the COVID, like, it was just all of us. I learned that I could make money through educating people on what I was already doing.
Mhm.
And that actually happened because I bought into something and turned out to be a scam. They convinced us that we were getting real luxury Louis Vuitton hookups, and it turned out to just be stuff from China. But I was like 23.
And you were like, maybe this
Yeah.
might be it.
Yeah, no. Once I noticed that the vendors were from China, I was like,
Yeah, it's not gonna
no,
work.
yeah, it's not it. And so
So fast forward, like if
yeah.
going into like straight out of high school, you went to a vocational school, kind of.
Well, I think so. No, yeah, I did actually. I
Yeah,
did.
and
Yes,
then did you
straight to
do any
vocation.
college or anything like that?
No, that was it.
See, so do you believe that kids need like I mean,
Mm,
some kids do need college. Do you think
mm.
do you think college is something?
I think college is important if you know for sure there is a passion. Like if you want to for sure be a brain surgeon,
Mhm.
you need to go to college. But like to be honest, I've seen people that are like, I have a degree in business, marketing, and all that. And I'm like, oh, then why can't you find work? Because I can find work anywhere. Like I've been to Panama, I've been to Miami, I've been to Florida, I've been to Mexico for my
I know I
work.
saw you the last time you were in Mexico, and you were like, I revised the school, or you did like something online, right?
Yeah, like if you go on my Instagram, like it looks like just pretty pictures, but if you click on them, all the locations are different, and it's because I'm there for work.
Yeah.
I'm not there for leisure. If I was in leisure, y'all would see me in a bikini, and y'all don't. Like I'm not there for leisure. I want to go back to these places so I could enjoy the beaches, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm there for work, and not even unfortunately, because I legit love what I do, but yeah, it's
That's
just
awesome.
it's college is kind of like only I feel like I don't want to steer people away from it. I don't have a problem with college. I have a problem with how our country has structured it. I
Mhm.
don't think it should be I don't think it should put people into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. I don't think that people should stress. I don't think the way we take tests is viable for every student. I think it should be
Like the star test and all that.
yeah,
Like
like
I've
yeah,
done that.
because different brains work differently. I know for sure I can't sit in front of a test. I'll fail. It's not because I'm slow. It's not because I'm dumb. It's just that's not how my brain works. You can't put a clock and say, read this, focus the whole way through,
And keep
answer
all
it.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So
No, 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 definitely
yeah.
understand. So yeah, so it's just a lot of stuff going on, and the city of San Antonio is so small, but it's also so big. Like it's
Right?
so big, also so small. Does that mean I said it backwards, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even though you like a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm gonna have a great podcast of you because of the arrest. So thanks.
I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll start because now we're off. Oh, we're off. Let's see what everybody says. We'll cut that in the real one.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's gonna be like, she got arrested.
I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready? Continue to recording. Okay. So, yeah, like
I was like, dang. I was like, what do you do when your podcast host gets arrested?
I know that's gonna be our topic later. We're not gonna put it on there. We'll cut it off in there. So back, are you comfortable with things going good?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm great. Yeah,
good.
Thanks.
So we are back at Oh, I could hear it.
Yeah, me too.
I could hear the echo. I don't know.
No, I think it's just over there. Yeah.
Okay, so we're back at you and like about school and stuff like that, and then so then after school, I didn't even ask. Like, are you in a relationship? Do you have any like?
Yeah, I'm seeing someone right now. We've been together for 2 years, and he's been a really nice change of pace. He's very supportive of everything I do, which I really need because I've been in relationships where guys are very jealous. You can't go out. They don't understand that networking is the new way you're going to get your business seen.
Yeah.
If there's no yellow book unless you're going to spend money running ads. If you don't have a website SEO, then you need to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
Take your partner with you, but you need to be able to network, whether with them or without them. So I'm glad he gives me the freedom and trust to know that I'm a professional in everything that I do. And
he understands like those midnight inboxes or late inboxes, like people, right? Because
he also knows, like, he knows that I, like, you wouldn't be with me if I was ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never understood when men are like, oh, you're mine now, and I'm dressed like a viejita. Like, then why do you can't grab a beautiful thing and put it in a cage and expect it to still stay beautiful? Like, you can't cage
it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, no, so.
It's gonna turn into a yuraka.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be that.
Oh my gosh. So what else growing up in your childhood that like I am like growing recently? I don't even know how old you are. I mean, if you don't mind me asking. Just tell us in the age area.
So I'm about to be the big 3-0 supposedly. Supposedly, I get away with like 23 sometimes.
So in your 23 years of life,
yeah.
How has it been so far? Like, what has been the major, like, something that's opened your eyes? Like, oh shit! Like, I can say this for myself because, like, I think now, I'm 45, so I kind of like, I was like, what the hell? Like, one day I just woke up and I was like, all this shit is for, you know what I mean? Like I spent all this time raising my kids, and now, it's like, where do I do now? So, like, where are you at?
So, like, honestly, I'm really happy with all the choices I've made so far, even the wrong ones. Like, I'm really lucky to say I've always had friends that were older than me. I've always hung out with older women. I was honestly a little too aware and smart for my age. And all my friends, I love them. Thank goodness for them, because I was a little too smart to the point where they had to defend me, because girls be like, oh, you think you're smart or something, huh, bitch? It's like, actually, no, she really is. Like,
She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, like, my friends from high school, they'll message me like, we always knew you were going to do big things. Like, you were always brilliant. I'm like, really? Because I just remember, like, skipping school with them. I was trying to be a bad kid with them, and they're like,
and do stuff.
And I'd still have an AB honor roll, and they're like, how? You're with us? Like, it was just easy for me. And honestly, I was always just blessed to have older friends too, like, guide me, like, hey, don't have kids, don't do this, don't do that, like, and I learned a lot from reading books, like what a credit score is and all this stuff. So I'm hitting 30, and I feel like I'm honestly hitting my 20s again.
So
with money, though.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So what would you tell your younger right now? What would something you would tell your younger self?
Don't waste time with dudes that don't got it together. You don't need to be their savior. You're not gonna get their loyalty by showing them how much you do for them. Like, there's this whole like, oh, girls want a 6-figure man. They don't need to be 6 figures, but, like, if I had my own car, my own job, and I paid my own bills when I was 19, I got my first condo apartment, like, then the guy you talk to needs to match you somewhat financially, okay? If he's already got, like, 3 kids and all that, and you're not ready to be a stepmom, then don't take that on.
Yeah,
it's like, if he doesn't have a car, if he doesn't have a place, if he's staying with friends, let him stay with friends. Why are you moving him in? Because you're lonely? Because you have abandonment issues? Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what would be something you would not like? What would be the best advice besides that to tell younger kids?
Younger kids, like
or like someone, let's say like a 19-year-old, 18, someone straight out of college, straight out of high school.
Straight out of high school. Focus on your money. Focus on what you really want to do, and find yourself.
Okay.
Like, and by finding yourself, you're not going to know. Like, some people are like, they've known their whole life they want to be doctors or vets or whatever. Like, if you don't know what that is, it's okay. But take the time to go try things out. You know, like, follow your dreams and don't ever think that your dream is unattainable, because anything is attainable. Anything. I mean, anything. And I learned that. I learned that.
Yeah.
So,
I heard you say that earlier, that your mom was kind of upset because you didn't do what like
yeah.
what she wanted, you
Yeah.
know, and that what you just said right there is true, because you
Yeah.
can't expect someone like to leave 12 years of school and then just like, okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I left home when I was 16, and, you know, nothing. I love my mother. I love my father. They come from a different culture. They're from Mexico. And I was hard headed. I had big visions, and, you know, I did what I wanted. I was kind of a hard teenager to deal with for whatever reasons and our stuff, not to like put everything out there, but it's like I left very young. So I got to learn very early, oh, if I don't take care of myself out here,
Things are gonna be different.
yeah, things gonna be different. So I was always going to high school, like, since I didn't live at home, I wasn't part of the school bus system, so I had to take via buses. I learned the school buses and everything. I learned how to take the via bus real young. I went to work. I went to high school and I went to work. So I learned very young how to be financially literate with my money
Mhm.
versus people who stay at home with their parents until college, which I recommend that. If you got a parent that loves you and that you're not in a toxic environment, stay there. People be like, I'm so ready to move out. I'm like,
For what?
to pay bills?
That's what I tell my kids. They're like, my daughter's like, I'm ready to leave. I'm like, for what? For what?
Yeah, because all you got out here is bills.
Yes, yes. Anything else going on in your life right now?
No, other than this big ranch move party that I'm throwing, that's it. I mean, it's just the same old stuff. I'm just doing stuff for my women's group, building myself as a person so I could be a better leader. And I'm just working on myself. I'm trying to learn real estate. Like, I'm just trying to evolve. You know, I'm working on me.
So you're just learning everything. You're just
Yeah.
like, bring it all to me. I'll take it all. Just tell me
I'm
everything.
motivated.
Yeah.
I want it all. I want to learn everything. Someone told me a long time ago, the day you stop learning, it's like the day you stop growing or something like that. And it's like, it's true. Like, you're never too old. I don't care if you're a hairstylist or you're a repairman at like a tire shop. Like, it's never too late to pick up a book and start learning. So that's what I do.
And what are maybe somebody you worked for that you thought was like, damn, what was I thinking? Like, why did I do this?
What do you mean?
Like, have you ever had an employer or somebody that you've learned, like, this is somebody I don't ever want to work for?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, somebody who you've taken, like, okay, this is not what I want to do.
No, 100%. And I'm thankful. Like, I used to be so resentful towards people who did me wrong or who treated me badly. But as I've gotten older, I've learned that I'm so thankful for them because they've given me contrast. And we don't know what we don't want in life if we don't have that contrast.
Yeah.
The problem is when people don't learn from those mistakes and continue and perpetuate a cycle. Like, when women are like, oh, all men ain't this, all men ain't that. I'm like, well, you keep attracting them. So when are you going to do some self-healing, self-work to realize why you keep getting the same type of guy? What kind of energy are you putting out there? I'm a big accountability person. If someone tells me something about myself, I'm going to say, oh, dang, that kind of sounds right. I need to work on that.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has this ego where you can't tell them nothing. No one knows better than what they know for themselves. No, tell me. If you see I'm doing something wrong, if you see I'm slipping up or I'm falling off, tell me.
Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, there was a moment where I was dating this one guy and he drank a lot and he was fun. He was real fun. Oh, every weekend, let's go out. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, drink. And my friends would be like, even my mom, she's like, Mija, you're drinking a lot lately.
Like, that's not you.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, mom, I got it. You know, I don't got no DIs. I'm fine. Like, but it wasn't me. And it took me seeing like $2,000 in a weekend. I'm like, where's my money? Who spent it?
Yeah,
oh boy,
going
did.
out.
Oh boy, I'd be like, yeah, babe, take some money to go out. You know, I got it this weekend. I'm like, damn, I said take some money. Don't take my rent.
My account.
Yeah.
Yeah, like clear me out and stuff.
Actually cleared me out a few times. And then it finally started dawning on me like, oh,
Yeah.
yo soy la tontita aquí.
Yeah, let's ask some questions from this game. I remember I told you we had this thing.
Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Man, I don't know, because I've done so many.
Wait, you gotta tell us one. You gotta tell us one good one.
A good one?
Yeah.
Man, embarrassing.
I guess like all the like embarrassing.
It's not juicy enough. It's like real.
It has to come on. You have to have something.
I'm thinking. I don't know. I've fallen in front of people a few times, but I feel like if you've never fallen in public, I mean, are you really living life? Oh, okay. I got one.
Okay.
I got one. It was really embarrassing. When I was younger, I thought I knew how to drink and went to a party and, you know, I had to go pee. And it's like, okay, we've all done that, right? No, there was nowhere to be. And I was like, all right, I'm going to just have to pee outside this car. There's no one around. It's dark. And outside of an apartment complex. And my friend was like, all right, yeah, just crouch. You'll be fine. I didn't think, hey, maybe I should open the door for cover. I was like, nah, no one's coming. It's like 3 a.m. It's empty. No, hombre, a big truck with his headlights on opens the gate. And I'm just sitting there.
And he's like, and then you can't even turn it off. You can't even turn it off.
I'm just there drunk, like, I had to accept fate. And I was like, well, I'm just going to turn the other way. So even if I see it viral on the internet, I could say.
Oh, so that was recently.
No, it wasn't like, well, I mean.
Oh, yeah, because how long, like, when did you get your first cell phone? I guess that's the thing. Like,
yeah, no, this was like before. Honestly, I'm lucky. I got in between the generation. Like 8th grade was when the first iPhone came out.
Oh,
so like,
yeah.
So like the internet, like Twitter wasn't even really, like Instagram was like a year in when this happened, maybe. So I don't know. I feel like.
Do you think some of the stuff that, because like going onto that social media, like, do you think now, like, damn, the internet, like, that would have been viral?
Yeah, I would have been.
Like, not that it would have been viral, but it would have been out there.
Oh, it would have been out there. I would have to pretend that wasn't me. I'd be like, dang, that girl's drunk. I don't know.
Have you
Someone give that girl a bush.
Have you ever been in a car accident?
No, thank goodness. That is my biggest fear.
Really?
It's my biggest fear. I have so much anxiety of it. I've never had a DUI. I've never had an accident.
I know. I was like knock on
like
something.
Nothing. I've never had none of those things, and I'm so thankful for that.
Did you ever have piojos?
Oh my gosh. Is that the new things? No, I
like well not really, because you went to like
here, yeah. No, I went to a cute little school. Yeah, I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, did I? I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, but I remember one of my friends did it. She missed like 2 weeks of school
because she had piojos.
Yeah, and her parents took her out or something. And then next thing I know, she came back with like really short hair. And she told me, I don't know what she told me. I was in elementary and I just remember thinking like, why did you get your hair short? You look ugly. I feel bad, friend. I did not mean to say you look ugly. But at that time, that's the best way I could express myself. I was like 10.
You didn't know. I remember like we lived in some apartments, and my grandma, this is a crazy story, I'm gonna like take a little bit of shine. The neighbors lived like, I don't even know where they lived, but they came. And I remember they all had bugs. And my grandma was all like, because she would sit on the porch and she was like, they all had piojos. And she was like, don't be getting near them. And then I ended up getting the goddamn bugs. So then my grandma, she freaking put Raid in their hair. Yes, she put Raid in their hair. And then she put a bag, like a plastic bag. And I remember looking at them and thinking in my head, like, even at that age, I was like, I don't like, CPS, call CPS. Like, I was like,
I just thought of like the loteria thing, la hairdresser, like.
I just remember sitting there looking at him like, what the hell were you thinking, Grandma? Because like I got the medicine, but she wasn't gonna give him my medicine. She was like, come here.
It's expensive. I'm assuming, because she said rated is.
She rated
it. It kills
out.
Cockroaches. It kills lice. I mean, their skin might have burned off a little bit, but you know.
They got it. What was your happiest memory?
Happiest memory as
a child.
Oh, honestly, in Alabama, I missed the duck pond.
There was a duck pond?
There was a duck pond by where I lived.
Like across the street or something?
Like, well, we lived in an apartment complex, and there was a giant pond. And there was also a giant lake by a museum that was interactive for children. So my parents brought me there a lot because I think it was free for the community.
Okay.
But both spots had big bodies of water and ducks and geese.
So you like water?
I like water, and I like geese and ducks. I like birds in general. I like parrots. I like any kind of bird.
You swim real good?
I can swim really good, yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to swim.
I can save you, don't
Yeah, I was going to tell you because I can't do it. I mean, I probably could float, but that's about it.
You can float long enough for someone to go say, help!
Yes, I think that's like my biggest fear. Like I always have like the life jacket, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But what else what was I going to ask? I was going to tell people this is also the ADHD show because I'm like, my mind goes.
I don't blame you because I'm that way too.
And it's good, right? Do you think sometimes like people are like, oh, I actually like a show like that. I don't want to like, sometimes I like stay on the topic, but then I wanted to go back and forth.
Because they have ADHD.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't mind it. Honestly, I feel like it's a gift and a curse because my creativity helps so much with marketing because they'll be talking about something. I'm like, oh, that'd make a great commercial if we had like a pig come out. And they're like, where did you get a pig from? But yeah, that would get the attention.
That
So
would get
yeah,
the
let's do it.
Just try it. And it's crazy because I can't hear from one ear. Like I can't hear at all.
Oh, really?
And then the other ear I have like 40%. So this is like this is like key for me. Like I gotta wear it. If I'm not listening, it'll slip my mind. I don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just the ADHD so bad. Like that's
Oh.
what I think. Do you have any pets?
I do. I just got my first dog ever as a grown adult. I didn't have
You never
dogs.
had an animal?
I had cats growing up, but then I suddenly became allergic when I became a teenager. I don't know what happened to my body chemistry, but I went from having cats to like being allergic to them, so I couldn't have cats no more. And like, well, we made them outdoor cats. You know, I love them too much to get rid of them. But after that, I just didn't have any pets. I mean, I had hamsters growing up, but I never had a dog. I didn't realize the joy of like a dog. I have a puppy right now. I've
Oh,
only had it
gosh.
for like a month.
Is he crate chain?
Is he what?
Crate train? Like do you put him in a crate?
No, I don't put him in a crate. I've heard that. I'm like, what? I don't know why that's important, but I've been letting him free run, and he's potty trained though.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
within 2 weeks, I got him potty trained. But I mean, I work from home, so it took nothing. I just positive reaffirmations, some treats, and I was like, okay, good dog.
I wish it was like that with everything.
Right. Little treat for you, little treat for you.
Yeah, in San Antonio, what was your child home like? Like what was your home like? Do you remember something about your house, like where you lived?
Yeah, I mean, it was little, it was wholesome. It wasn't like extravagant or anything, but it was a home. And lived in a decent neighborhood. It wasn't
What was the
like
north side?
northeast.
Northeast side.
So it was like a little sprinkle of ghetto and semi suburban mixed together. It was okay. You know, I can't complain.
It was good. It was good. What was Converse, right? Wasn't the Glen over there?
Yeah, it was like right down the street, and
Oh,
Sunrise
yeah.
was like I went to this high school in Wagner, and it was like Sunrise was right down the street, so we would get into trouble going down the street. But you know, it's okay.
Got
It was all right. You know, I survived.
Yeah, I bet. So you have any closing words or anything you want to say?
No, I mean, I just would like to invite the community to come out to my Big Ranch Moo Party. It's called the Moo Party because there's obviously baby cows. It's gonna be this Saturday, not this Saturday, May 11th, and you can get tickets. It's family friendly. We're gonna have horse photo shoots, cow photo shoots available. If not, you could just bring your phone and take selfies with them. We're gonna have food truck vendors, music, mariachis, real ranchero life. It's a good experience to have your kids come out, see the animals, or get family photos, even with a date or your mistress, whatever. And
Yepa.
and yeah, just come enjoy it. I'm expecting good weather that day, so hopefully I can see y'all May 11th. It's gonna be at Rancho Sano. I'll have her post a link, and I will post a flyer, or whatever.
Yes, definitely.
And it's like 25-30 minutes right outside of San Antonio in Von Ormy, Somerset. So if you're in Von Ormy, Somerset, y'all better be there because it's really in your backyard.
And it's also how much is it to get in so people know?
So for adults, it's 20 to get in, and then for kids, it's 15. And so the kids, we have a face painter for them, so they could just come in, get their face painted.
And that's all included, so they got to
Yes.
pay extra.
Yeah, so they get a balloon, they get a face painting. So if they want to come and enjoy that, the kids already are getting something. We're gonna have vendors there too. So if you're interested in being a vendor, please message me directly. I already have a few, but I would like more, especially if you have like Western themed stuff, cow print stuff, ranchero stuff. We want you there. So
And it's Mother's Day weekend, so that's awesome. You want to take your mom out and take her?
yeah, so that's another thing. If you follow my, I'll post the event page link on it, and we're most likely going to be doing a little special thing for moms. So if you want to bring mom out and do like a Western mom and daughter photo shoot or whatever the case may be, bring her out. It's, you know, we're going to have a professional photographer there. Now there, we do have VIP tickets available. That comes with a lot of other things. Like we might have, we have a sip and patch. Have you ever done a sip and patch?
I don't even know what that's.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
either.
sip. It just sounds like
To go on TikTok and type it trucker hat something. I'll post that too. But
Yes.
basically, if you want a VIP, you get to create your own trucker hat with all these beautiful patches. We're gonna have a tequila tasting. It's gonna be an experience regardless. So whether you come for general admission or you come for the VIP with a professional photographer doing photo shoots for you guys, either way, you're gonna have stuff to do.
And they can pay for extended, so it's like it's
Yeah.
not like if they want more pictures, they want more
Yeah,
more family and stuff like that.
Exactly. So like you're gonna have access to the cows, the horses, and everything. But if you want to have a professional photographer take your pictures, we're gonna have one on site for our VIP people. And usually photo shoots like that with the horses and the ranch and all that, it's usually hundreds of dollars.
You could
Because
probably, you know what? If somebody's out
not.
there, a quinceañera picture,
Yeah,
Somebody's, people out there looking for like a quinceañera shoot
that's right.
right there, and it's $20.
Yeah, and that's where and so that's for GA. So if they want to just go take a picture, they can. But if they want to have a professional photographer take it, for $75, they could get the whole VIP package. Or if they want to just upgrade to just the photo shoot package, it's about, I want to say, $30 more. Either way, you're not paying
You're
more than
winning.
100. You're winning regardless, because a photographer right off the bat to do any shoot for you is like $200, $300. And that's not to rent the horses, to rent the venue. And so, come on, guys, that is a steal of a deal. Like,
Mhm.
these people really want to give back to the community. They want to show love, and so we made the event affordable. But come on, we still got to pay everybody.
Yeah, everybody got to get
So,
something.
work with us. It's a great event. It's a beautiful event. It's an affordable event, and we'd love to see you all there May 11th.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for coming in. Thank you everyone for coming in. I will post a link on the 210 Chismosa page, but don't forget to subscribe, like, give us a thumbs up on La Conecta. Also, se me olvidó, the ADHD kicked in. God dang, I need to, y'all bought me a monitor. Now I need to write the words on there because I need the prompter. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, everything that I say is not part of the Conecta.
They are not responsible for the words that come out of my
Yes,
mouth.
the Conecta is not responsible for the words that come out of my mouth. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Hey, everybody, don't forget to tune in on Sunday between 3 and 5 to the Nada Que Ver podcast every Sunday. So you can tune in. And then don't forget you get 20% off with the code. Well, there goes that. La Chismosa. We're going to get it together. Don't worry, guys. Thank you for watching.